What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy ATruckerNamedJay, checking in, man. And I want to talk about some things today, man. I really want to talk about some things. This message is probably going to be repetitive at this point. It is one of those topics in trucking that we just seem to keep going back and forth over, or keep coming up in conversation. It's one of those things where it's like Republicans and Democrats, gays and Christians, whatever two sides are arguing with each other. It's always going to exist. And it's a fun argument at times. Sometimes people can take it too serious. But I just want to put another little, I guess, call it giblet out there about leasing a truck in 2021. I have one question, one simple question to anybody who wants to answer it. Why not? I'll wait. I'll give you some time to comment in the comment section or whatever. Like, why not? Like legitimately explain to me as a business, coming at it from a business mindset, not a personal mindset, not what you personally prefer, or from your own personal experience. It just look at it from just straight up and down numbers and business. Okay? As of right now, per everyone that I'm talking to, this market is going to be like this at least until the end of this year. Some are even saying it may go into next year, but it's a lot of that is up for grabs. But from the continued information that I continue to gather, whether that's directly from executives at VL, my own research, other YouTubers, the market that we're in now is what they keep calling an inflated market, which means that the cents per mile, or the rate that people are getting now, is above average from what the rates normally would be, right? So, for example, if you're normally getting loads for anywhere from $2 a mile to $2.50 a mile, right now things are, from at least what I'm seeing from my trucks, $2.50 a mile to about $3 plus still. You know what I mean? I think my last load that I got sent was coming out of Texas going to Jacksonville for 3,000 miles. I'm not exactly sure on the mileage. I think his last load went to like San Antonio. So let's just say San Antonio. I think I did a San Antonio to Jacksonville, give or take, and I think it was around like $2.80 a mile, which is, to me, that's not bad. You know what I mean? Could it be more? Is there somebody out there that's probably getting that same load for $3 a mile? I'm sure, but the problem is we get so caught up in what everybody else is doing. What is best for your business? And that's, I think, the question that we should be asking. What is best for the established plan? If you have a plan, what is best for your plan, for your situation? Because what I'm tired of happening on YouTube, I have done my very best, I feel, especially here in the last couple of months, to pay as much homage, respect, and attention to the older and more traditional YouTubers and their way of doing things. So your HT Logistics, your Chase and Andrew Jacksons, and everyone who preaches that buy a cash truck, don't lease, just own everything outright cash. And I have tried my best to respectfully say, hey, look, I get what you're saying, but there are other methods in doing things besides just this one way. And in me saying that, I have tried to be respectful at the same time to other people's situations. Hey, man, I'm going to ignore the fact that your truck breaks down. I'm going to ignore the fact that all the things that can go wrong with having a cash truck or all the other things that, people tell you should get, whether it's an authority or trailers or your own, whatever. I'm going to ignore all the because you never hear about the negative side effects of these things. I keep trying to tell y'all. I'm looking on YouTube and I just don't see the negative side, or it gets spinned off as, oh, that's just a part of the game. And it gets downplayed, but in reality, everyone would handle that situation differently. But we don't talk about that. But when it comes to leasing, I think for me, I'm just tired of the disrespect as it pertains to leasing. I am. And I'm not like mad. It's like, oh, fuck them niggas. No, it's not that type of anger. But it's just to a point where it's like fam, too many people are doing it and too many people have been successful. Way more successful than, they're getting credit for. Yes, is a lease truck more expensive than a cash truck? That is a no-brainer. But are you able to make an adequate amount of profit to be able to do and live the same kind of lifestyle that you want to live with a cash truck or whatever method you choose? Because, to be honest, you got company drivers who are living a lifestyle or doing the things that people only think that fleet owners and authority owners can live. And so we get so caught up on the titles, we get so caught up on the positions that we really don't take a step back and look what really fits us best, because we just want to go with what's popular. Let me tell you something, man. My personal opinion, I don't know jack for shit. I don't try to come up here and proclaim to be the Wizard of Oz of trucking or, the know-it-all. I don't sell no information. I don't pretend to sell no information. I just come up here and I explain how I'm thinking at the time that I choose to do that video at that particular time. You know what I mean? So as far as right now, I would say 10 months into my VL lease, I don't honestly see a reason why somebody wouldn't want to go into a business situation with zero down. Zero down. Credit probably halfway decent, whatever, can walk in the door right now and go make $3,000 a week. Maybe even $4,000 a week, depending on how hard they want to work and how productive they want to be. I'm talking about right now, as you watching this video, you can go, and you ain't got to come to VL, because let's not make this into this, oh, he just recruited VL. No, I don't have to recruit for VL anymore. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. That shit is selling itself. Okay? So all that gibberish and bullshit of, oh, he just trying to sell it. I ain't selling a motherfucking thing. Because that's one thing about trucking. You go somewhere long enough and the bullshit will expose itself. And you have to make a decision. Okay, it's a little bullshit, but better the bullshit I know than the bullshit I don't know. Because that's what we do. We go to these companies and we see a little bullshit. And it really ain't that much, but sometimes we let it make it bigger than what it is, and then we go to another company thinking we ain't gonna deal with no bullshit at that company. And that bullshit be worse than the bullshit we was dealing with. So the reason why I don't feel like I have to sell my particular company is because the people that are here have been here long enough to know that the little itty bitty stuff that you may deal with here is not even close to the profit that you make, the productivity that you get, the things that you are able to do that you probably would not be able to do if you were doing it a more traditional or older way. And that's just a fact. We got 3 drivers who have come here, and one has left, and he may have left disgruntled, but he's still left with a truck. You say that again. He may have left disgruntled and in his feelings or feeling some type of way or whatever. And I'm not saying that to be funny. It's just, it is what it is. But he left with a truck. He went and bought a truck. You have 2 company drivers who are still here who have bought trucks. I'm done with arguing opinions. We talking about facts at this point. And the fact of the matter is this. Lease drivers are winning. And whether people want to admit it or not, whether people want to keep on feeding into this bullshit perception that all lease drivers are losing and leasing and losing or whatever. Hey man, if you want to keep Biden, falling for that perception, you missing out on money. I'm just gonna be honest with you, because you could jump in a lease truck right now. What is this? May? Might as well call it May. So you still got 7 months in the year. You get a lease truck for 6 months and make. I mean, hell, I made what, $70K? In the last 6 months of last year. I got in that truck in June, and I won't even running hard. And that's, you know what I mean? So I'm about the money, man. Fuck all this extra shit, what looks, what way, whatever. I come from the old school of, if it make money, it makes sense. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. And what we'll really get, when we really get to digging into this argument of cash truck, lease truck, this, we really only arguing over a couple $100 a week. That's it. But with that couple $100, it's a couple $100. It's all really what it is. Some authority guys that make you feel like they making $2, $3, $4, $5 more $1,000 a week than you. It's bullshit. Asking for paperwork. Let me see the rate con. You ain't got to show me your numbers. You ain't got to show me. Let me see the rate con, because we got to start checking paperwork. Not enough paperwork. Too much talk, not enough paperwork. If they can't show you the paperwork, I don't want to hear about it, man. Because again, I said it months ago. It's too many people that's coming up here and saying whatever they want to say, and nobody's checking them, nobody's confirming or verifying anything. But then you have people who are coming up here with verified and confirmed information, multiple people saying the same thing, and people are still trying to discredit it. And I think that's corny. I think that's whack. I do. I think that everybody should be made privy to all and any opportunities to increase their income and help them further along in their goals to get them where they're trying to be in life. If that's leasing, so be it. If that's cash truck, so be it. If you want to go strip, suck dick, whatever you want to do, nobody should be able to come and tell you you shouldn't do this to make money. Fuck you. And that's where I'm at with it with my lease. I had an opportunity. I was in the market to buy a cash truck, and I had a dude, shout out to him, I'm not going to make that public, but he told me straight up, like, bro, if you can't get this truck by the end of this month, I got somebody else. I said, okay, cool. I respect that. I appreciate you keeping 100 with me. I just didn't have the money to cash out on that particular truck by the end of the month, not by this month. Just too much other stuff going on. If I was able to get that truck, I'd have got that truck. But because I can't get that truck, every other truck that I've seen is overpriced. So I'm just over trying to buy. I probably won't even buy a cash truck this year now, because everything is overpriced. Everything. And that's the thing that they won't tell you. They'll tell you to go buy a cash truck, but it's only maybe like 2 YouTubers that'll really break it down to a science, like your HTs, and it was somebody else I watched that was talking about buying a cash truck. And he broke down how he went to the auction. Oh, that was my man Z Simply Allin. And he's a company job, but he actually broke down how he went to the auction, what he was looking for, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? And I think it was another guy that did it too. I think I shared his video too. Those people I can fuck with, because they're actually breaking it down and showing you, okay, if you're gonna buy a truck, this is what you should look for. This is what you should drive. Make sure you do this. Make sure. I can respect that. But when you got cats that are just saying, oh, I paid, $10,000 for a truck. Okay, where did you go? Are you telling people don't buy a truck right now because everything's so fucking high? Are you telling them to make sure it has this or that? Make sure they have a mechanic lined up. Make sure they're looking at the everything, not just the engine and the fluid, because everybody going to fill their fluid up when they selling the truck. Are you telling them what to look for? Are you telling them everything? Or are you just telling them, man, you should just get a cash truck? Because there's so much more that goes into that than just giving somebody a set amount of money and then driving off with the truck. So much more than that. Because guess what? Once you give them that money, that's all you. And if you don't have a carrier that's backing you, if you don't have the right amount of cash to fix whatever may go wrong with that truck, it's over. Like, it's done. Like, you get them 15, 20K for this truck, and you drive that bitch a week and the motherfucking transmission fall out that bitch, guess what? It's over with. It's done. There is no taking it back or, checking the one. No, you gotta dish that out. So you gotta be fully prepared for that, man. I just feel like leasing softens the blow as far as training people to run a trucking business. And I think that's what the old timers don't like. They don't like the fact that people are getting into the trucking business that still don't fully understand the business, and leasing is giving them an opportunity to lease a truck, make the money, and learn in the process. And so it's almost like owner-operator with training wheels. But who the fuck cares if everyone is still making money? You know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't no expert. I ain't nobody, man, but I'm learning as I go. And I feel very confident with my situation. As of right now, I'm 100% VL, man. VL for life. Get what nobody talking about, man. And they could call me whatever. They could say I'm selling out and all this other bullshit. But again, if I just take a step back and have an out of body experience like Quando Rondo had when Vaughn rocked his ass, so he say. But if I look at my situation over the course of the last 5 years, and I look at the consistency that I lacked, and I looked at, because this ain't the first time that I vouched for a company. Like, I vouched for Swift like this. I vouched for Trans Am like this. You know what I mean? So this ain't the first time that the phone at a company was ringing because I was associated with it. So, and I left both those situations. And I left money on the table as far as referrals. Same thing with CRST. If I'd have stayed at CRST, I'd have had referral money. So it got nothing to do with my presence of the company. It's just the fact that I saw something in this company that allowed me at where I was to be like, man, you know what? I can make this work. I know enough. I done made enough mistakes. I can make this work. And by God, 10 months later, here I am. Here I am. But guess what, though? I wouldn't have got here if I would have kept on trying to be like everybody else, trying to do what everybody else was doing. Oh, no. If I'd have been working for somebody else, probably in a situation that I truly wouldn't have been happy in. If I'm being honest, you know what I mean? You got to do what's best for you. That's what it comes down to in this trucking shit, man. Make a plan, man. It's okay to be people joke niggas about winging it and not fully having a full 15-year structured plan. Let me tell you something, man. The biggest carriers on the road are still trying to figure shit out. That's why there's so many changes in trucking. You ever notice that? Think about from the first time that you drove a truck to now, how much shit has changed in trucking. Everybody trying to figure shit out. So don't feel bad. For it's one thing to be unprofessional, unorganized, and your paperwork all over the place, and you just don't know nothing about nothing. That's one thing. But to be in a situation where you really don't know how the next 6 months or year or 5 years is mapped out or how you want it to go, there's nothing wrong with that, man. You just gotta figure it out. Some people live to exist in that situation. Some people operate their best in those type of situations. You know what I mean? So, but this video was super long, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here, man. At the end of the day, man, if you're still watching, all I'm saying is, don't let the next man try to hinder you from doing what you really want to do. If you have a business plan, if you have an idea of what you want to do, just go out there, man. Even if you fail, bro, again, some of the best lessons that I've learned in life have come from failure. I would not be where I am now if I hadn't failed a bunch of times. So don't let failure hold you back. You know what I mean? Just, you got to get out there, man. You got to jump off the porch. That's how I look at it. So you can stay on the porch and be safe and watch all the money pass you by. And then 2 years from now, well, let's say 2 years from now, it do like it say. Let's say in 18 months, everything just drop. I'm talking about everything go to $1.80 a mile across the board for a 6-month period. I doubt it, but let's just say. And then everybody out here hurting. But you took advantage of the opportunity that's presented right now. You got in your lease truck and you ran up a fucking bag. And you sitting on $60K. You good with your taxes. You either paid them off or you set up your payment plan or whatever. Everything is cool. You know, your truck is still moving. You ain't got no worry about no maintenance and no shit like that. And the rates just dropped. Now you in the lease truck making $1,500 a week. Cause that's what they talking about when they say when the rates drop. If the rates, you know, if the crash or whatever it go to where you a lease driver making $1,000 a week. Let's say it get that bad. Let me tell you something. Me, if I go 18 months at maximum efficiency, and I'm making every dollar that can be made in those 18 months, and then 6 months after that, let's just say I'm breaking even, I'm fine with that. You know why? Because them 18 months, I ran up a bag, and I ain't spend it all. You know what I mean? So you just gotta know what to do with your money when you get it, man. But again, I'm getting long-winded. I should have turned this into a live feed. Is what I really should have did. That's what I really should have did. But maybe I'll go live later. But as always, man, y'all know the vibes. Stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. God, family, trucking, man. I'm gone.